Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is good. The day is currently the 14th of June, Saturday the 14th of June. We are 14 weeks out as of tomorrow, which is very, very exciting. It's coming around quick. It's coming around very, very quick. I've been up probably about an hour already now. Already done my check-in to AJ. I might overlay some footage of that. It's been very, very warm the past couple of days, but last night we had a really bad thunderstorm and the cats were going mental. But it has led to some overcast skies, which if anyone knows, when it's overcast, you always get fairly decent photos when it's overcast. Unfortunately, when it's super sunny, the sun just can wash me out, but when it's overcast, it's fairly decent lighting for outside. But yeah, gonna drink my hydration product now. I actually picked up this Rise and Shine by Pit Stop from the WNBF show last weekend. Very, very nice. Very, very good. I've got the peached iced tea flavour. Absolutely bangs. Absolutely bangs. So for this video, I thought I'd do a little bit of a full day of eating on a rest day. As I understand, I've done one on a train day, but I haven't done one on a rest day. So people would like to know what I'm eating at 14 weeks out. A little bit of a prep update as well, whilst I'm getting to it. I was weighing in this week at 175 pounds. I've been floating around there all week, which is very, very exciting because that's lighter than my 2022 stage weight. So yeah, things are coming in well. I'm 14 weeks out, the UKWFBA Novice and Open Championships. I've decided not to compete myself with the WNBF this year, and the only reason for that is because that show was always one I was umming and ahhing about, because that one is a weekend before the UKWFBA, and after the UKWFBA show, 6 days later I'm competing with the PCA, and it can get quite difficult to manage, especially when you've got to peak 3 weekends in a row. So I've decided that I'm not going to be doing the not going to be doing the WNBF. I'll be doing the UKWFBA, PCA, and the MBW Classic, or the MBW, which I'm very excited for. I know they're going to be great shows. So yeah, it's just trying to be smart. You know, even though there are a lot of natural shows on now, which is brilliant. You know, trying to manage and deal with that. You know, 3 peaks weekend to weekend is tough. It's tough for an athlete to manage. It's tough for a coach to manage. It can be done, and I've got clients doing it this year. But for myself and how I know my physique responds, I think it's just playing the safer bet really, and only doing those 2 shows back-to-back weekends. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with my cardio now. I've got half an hour cardio on a rest day. I'm going to drink my hydration product. I'm going to have my apple cider vinegar and my aloe vera juice as well, and a coffee to get the heart rate up. And then, yeah, I'm jump on the bike for half an hour.
45 is where we're going to go with the cardio. 12,500 is where we're going to go with the steps. I am happy with
more steps, more cardio. Let's get it.
Made a good step forwards, you know.
So yeah, as you guys probably heard, steps have been upped to 12.5k daily. Cardio is on 45 minutes on rest days now, rather than half an hour. Which, to be honest, I kind of saw that change happening, and weirdly enough, I kind of wanted it to happen as well. Like, I don't know if anyone else gets this, but when they're in the prep, like, they want to push a little bit harder. I don't know if that's just my kind of psycho mindset, but, you know, I enjoy pushing. Like, I enjoy going to that next level. And, you know, some people can diet on very, very high food and low expenditure and get in very, very good condition. For me, I've always been the type of person who has to push it. And, you know, to have a change where I'm pushing a little bit harder, you know, makes me think to myself, which is, again, a bit psychotic, but, you know, I'm working hard here. I'm working hard for the result on what I want to bring to the stage. So, yeah, like, weirdly enough, now I'm going to do 45 minutes on the bike rather than half an hour, and I'm excited to do that. So just a little bit of like a mindset thing for people when they are in preps as well, is understand there will be parts of the journey where you will have to most likely push. But if you can be excited for those kind of days where you know it's going to be a little bit tough, you kind of know it's working in a way. So yeah, a lot of people, you know, try and find the easiest ways around preps, and majority of the time they stand on stage not in condition. Preps are difficult. not everyone does them, and that's the reason for that, is because they are hard. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to go jump on the bike for 45 minutes. Bloody Kate's manipulating my bloody bike with the settings. I'm going to get on it and the resistance is just not the same. Just trying to sabotage my prep. Right, so that's cardio all done and dusted. First 45-minute session of prep, which was pretty enjoyable actually. So I'm going to eat my first meal now and then go have a shower. But my first meal is 3 eggs, red onion, and 3 bacon medallions. I'm also going to take my health sups now as well, which is krill oil, Nordic oil, and some vitamin D. That's the only real health sups I take at this point in time. Also, an enlightening story. When I finished my cardio, I went into the downstairs bathroom and there was cat shit on the floor, which is brilliant. So obviously that's from the storm last night. Like I said earlier in the video, the cats were going pretty mental, and yeah, one of them shit on the floor, and I can put my money on it being Belle, to be honest. So that's great. Anyway, I'll take a little bit of a bite of this first meal because people love watching people eat. Nothing crazy. A little bit of ketchup in there as well, the sugar-free ketchup. But yeah, it's just a standard rest day meal. Always nice though. Got eggs in the morning, always goes well. Lovely. Anyway, I'm going to finish this meal, go for a walk. So I've obviously got 12,500 steps to do now. So I'm going to go for a little bit longer of a walk. When you do have changes to your plan, just think about how you can incorporate them into your day. If that means you have to get up a little bit earlier, obviously now on a work day, I'm probably going to have to wake up a little bit earlier to get the extra 15 minutes of cardio done on a rest day, and also to get my steps done as well. So it just means a slightly larger walk in the morning, which is not a problem. And it's a matter of waking up, an extra 20 minutes earlier on a train day when I don't have cardio, or an extra half an hour on a rest day when I do have cardio and the extra steps. So yeah, it's not a problem. Like I said, gonna eat this meal and then I'll go for a walk, and then I've got to start check-ins. So that's 5k steps boxed off, easy as that. Of course, picked up a white monster to accompany the check-in block, which is always nice. It's just a routine thing now. Lovely. It never misses, does it? Never misses. I swear to God, I'm always like drinking a white monster, and I'm always in this same spot every single video. But that's just my Saturday routine. Now I'm going to crack on with some check-ins. Kate's going to check in person as well, see how she's getting on. Obviously, we live together, so I kind of know how she's getting on already, but we're going to still do visuals, still have a look at her and make sure she's on track. But yeah, going to get back to this morning's check-ins. I pride myself in, getting back to people as quickly as possible. I'm not one of these coaches where you'd have to wait a day or two to get feedback. Like, you will literally get your check-in feedback within hours of checking in, sometimes even shorter. And if you're a prep client, or you've got you're prepping for a photo shoot, or you're prepping for a stage, you will pretty much get instant replies. Like, I remember when Denny was pretty much checking in daily from about 3 weeks out, and he was getting responses within minutes. And that's because I'd literally set my alarm to the time I knew he would check in, which was 5:30 in the morning. And I would literally wake up and get back to his check-in straight away, because that is really, really important. It's something I pride myself on with my service. I want to provide the best service possible to every single client, regardless of their goal, whether they're a lifestyle client, whether they're a bodybuilder in an off season, whether they're stepping on stage in a couple of weeks. Like, I want to make sure that my service is the best service they can possibly get. So on that note, if you do want to work with me, just drop me a message on Instagram, or you can fill out the application form, which is in the description below, and I will get back to you. We can schedule in a consult call as well, where we can discuss all your goals and discuss the plans moving forward. So yeah, if you are interested, hit me up. But now I'm going to get on to some check-ins, and I will catch you guys for meal 2. Good morning, Dylan. I hope you're all good, matey. Welcome to check-in feedback for 13 weeks out. Like I said, hopefully you're having a good Saturday so far. So looking back at this week, mate, it has been a very, very good week. But in terms of fat loss and in terms of where we want to be for 13 weeks out. We're exactly where we want to be. The midsection, mate, is looking really, really good. Like, very, very happy with this. That just shows, you know, all that hard work in that off season to bring your midsection up has really, really paid off, because it's looking sharper. It's probably the sharpest it's looked at this body weight, to be honest. And if we need to make changes on Tuesday just to keep the rate of loss in a good spot, then we can do that as well. But we know at this point in time, you know, a pound and a half per week is pretty much perfect, and that allows us to keep training performance in a good spot as well. Like, if you're finding that you're dropping, you know, 3-4 pounds a week, which is super aggressive in a prep and obviously not ideal, then you know, you will notice larger performance drop-offs. But if we can keep that rate of loss to, you know, pound and a half per week, you should be able to maintain performance very well, because obviously there won't be a significant weight drop from rotation to rotation. Right, so meal 2 on a rest day. Unfortunately, it's nothing exciting. It's 190 grams of raw weight chicken, 50 grams of lettuce, 50 grams of kimchi, and 20 grams of nut butter. And I just have it all in one bowl. I quite actually enjoy having nut butter on my chicken, which is a bit weird. But yeah, it seems to taste quite nice. A little bit of advice as well for anyone. If food comes in containers, like for example, this nut butter, when you buy nut butters in jars, make sure you actually weigh it out of the container that it comes in. Don't weigh it on your food, because what you'll find is there'll be probably an extra couple of grams on the spoon. So actually just take the scales into a negative. So for example, I will weigh out 20 grams out of the container into the meal. Just a little bit of advice, because some people can actually just dump it on there and not actually think to themselves, oh, okay, there's probably, you know, 4 or 5 grams on this spoon, and that does add up over time. But yeah, this is meal 2. Nothing too exciting really. Like I said, 50 grams of kimchi, 50 grams of lettuce, 190 grams of raw weight chicken, and 20 grams of nut butter. I like to prioritize my carbohydrates later on in the day on a rest day, because I find that realistically I don't really need them until later on in the day. That's when I usually find that my energy drops off a little bit in this prep. And also, having carbohydrates closer to bed aids my sleep, so I don't wake up super hungry. And I know if I had to go like carbless for the last couple of meals in the day, then I'll be waking up in the middle of the night starving hungry. So yeah, and luckily enough for this prep, I'm not really feeling hunger too bad at the moment, he says. That's famous last words now. Famous last words. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat this, finish off my check-ins for the day. Then I've got to send a few parcels out for some MDB coaching clothing, which is cool. Did a little bit of a restock just for clients, as I found that my hoodies were getting a bit old. So I said to some clients, if they wanted some, let me know and I'd get some in stock. But there is a couple of spares. So if anyone is wanting to get an MDB coaching hoodie, drop me a message and I will get that sorted for you. Time to parcel these hoodies up. I do this all myself, by the way. So it is a bit of a process. I remember back in 2023 when I did a clothing drop, Bring Home the Glory clothing drop collection, which was really cool. It was made by my client, Toby, who obviously I prepped in 2023. His posing routine song was Bring Home the Glory from League of Legends. And it was a really cool kind of song. And I was just like, that'd be cool to make some type of clothing from that. And yeah, we made some clothing from that. And basically I did a pre-order and I got something like 40 orders, which was absolutely mental. Not only just like from clients, but from just people who followed me as well. And it was pretty cool. But it did also mean that I had to bag up 40 items of clothing. But yeah, that was a bit of a process, obviously bagging up all those orders. Got a recent restock done of just the MDB coaching black hoodies with the embroidery on the front. So got a few orders to ship out today. I've got a couple more that are on the way as well. So I'll get these out to clients. Like I said, I only offered these to clients because I was making more clothing for myself. And, you know, of course, if any clients wanted some, then I was gonna get them some as well. So yeah, gonna ship these all off. Like I said, I pretty much do this all myself. Have a look over every single item that I ship out, make sure that the standard is where I'd want to, you know, where I'd want it to be. The last thing I want to do is send someone some clothing and it just be not great quality. So yeah, it's pretty cool though. Like, it's kind of mental that people actually wear my stuff. Like, I found it in 2024 a little bit overwhelming. Like I said, when I had those orders, there's like a large amount of orders, and you know, 40 for me is quite a lot of orders. Especially, you know, I'm not a massive name in the industry, but it was just, you know, a lot of people that followed me, and it was really, really cool to have that support with that clothing drop. So yeah, gonna get these orders done now. All check-ins are done for the day, so I'm just waiting for Kate to get back home. Then we're probably going to go for a little bit of a walk, and of course I'll take you through the rest of my meals as well on this day. Right, meal 3. Again, nothing too exciting, unfortunately. We've got 150 grams of raw weight beef mince, 5% beef mince, 50 grams of asparagus, 30 grams of spinach and 20 grams of kimchi, and then about 15 grams of the Nando sauce. Yeah, nothing exciting really for this meal. This is my last carbless meal of the day, and then meal 4 and meal 5 have some carbs in it. I will actually get up the macros for today because I don't think I've actually told anyone what I'm eating today. I've just kind of listed off my meals, but no one knows the macro targets. So for a rest day, I've got 132 grams of carbs, 64 grams of fat, and 216 grams of protein. Yeah, nothing exciting in the midst of digging now, but that's what's needed at this point in a prep. Get majority of the fat loss done early, and then you can take your foot off the gas a little bit when it comes to the rate of loss. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this lovely meal. Me and Kate are probably gonna go for a walk after that, grab a coffee, go for a walk, and then that'll be pretty much us done for the day, which will be nice. I need an evening or slash afternoon where I can just put my feet up and chill out, because it's been pretty full throttle since last weekend anyway with Denny's show. So it'll be nice to have an evening where we can both chill out together and get things done nice and early, ready for legs tomorrow. Boom, boom. Start meal 4 off with a boom, I suppose. Meal 4. First carbohydrates of the day is currently 3:30. So we've got 50 grams of jasmine rice, 100 grams of green veg, 20 grams of kimchi, and 190 grams of raw weight chicken. Obviously cooked, it's a little bit less than that. Lovely. As you guys can probably tell, my food focus is very low at the moment. I don't really care about making my food that presentable, hence what people probably find out on these full days of eating, that I'm not actually too bothered about it. But yeah, that's pretty much us done for the day, realistically. I've got one more meal to eat after this, but all work is done, everything is done, steps done, cardio's done, and it's going to be nice to just chill out, which is a big part of a rest day, is actually resting and chilling out and getting my feet up, which, like I said earlier, you know, it's been a busy few weeks, so it's going to be nice to just have a couple hours to chill out and watch some TV. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'll do a little bit of a taste test, as people love to watch you eat. You've got to see it firsthand that I am actually eating this food. Could just put it in the bin and order a Five Guys. Lovely. Just tastes like rice, really. But yeah, I'm gonna eat the rest of this meal. We're gonna chill out for the rest of the day, and I will see you guys for the final meal. Final meal of this full day of eating is ready to go. Nothing too exciting again, but arguably probably my favourite meal on a rest day, and that is 75 grams of cream of rice, 40 grams of whey, 100 grams of frozen raspberries, and 20 grams of dark chocolate. I've actually attempted to make this somewhat look appetizing, but I think I've miserably failed on that one. If you're interested on how I make my cream rice as well, I think I said this in my previous full day of eating, but I have got a tutorial on Instagram. Yeah, I know, how cringy is that? I had to make a tutorial because I got asked loads of questions on how I make my cream of rice. But to put it in short form for this video, basically I have a 4:1 ratio of water to cream of rice. Put it in the microwave 2 minutes, take it out, stir, put it in the microwave again for a minute, take it out, stir it, add the whey, stir it, and then it's usually good to go. And it's kind of like a thick paste texture, because that's how I like my cream of rice. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the video there. I'm gonna enjoy this lovely last meal. If you've watched this whole video, comment raspberries down below. Why not? Let's see how many people can comment raspberries on this video. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I had to look at my YouTube analytics the other day, and apparently 48% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So come on, what are you doing? Make sure you subscribe to the content, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.